Hi, welcome back to the Blind LP of Eagle Eye Mysteries in London. Now, we'll begin on Case of the Tricky Tusk with Jennifer. It's taking a while. Anem. Stakaze, Jennifer, have you heard? It's all over the news. Macavity is threatening to spoil an auction at Snoopy's. Him again? Yipes, Anem, tell us all about it. Snoopy's plans to auction a few very valuable ivory items, and just now Macavity delivered a note saying Cavite Emter. What's that? Cavite Emter? What's that mean? Yeah, exactly. It's Latin. It means let the buyer beware. I think Macavity is hinting that one of the items for sale is a fake. If so, it must be a clever one. I rang up Inspector Gage at Scotland Yard. He says they're on the case. I'm going over there. You can come with me if you want. Or meet me later at Snoopy's. Okay, Aunt Miranda. Stakaze and I will come back here and catch up with Jake when we find out what's going on. Okay. Alright, let's head down there to Snoopy's. This Lady Cheswick, she's here with Count Von Oh, wow. She's here with Count Von Kubek. Whenever there's something rare and precious for sale, he always seems to be around. We'll go with her first. What a shame. I had my mind set to buy that unicorn horn for Lord Cheswick. He so loves unicorns, you know. Even the Royal Crest of England has a unicorn in it. Oh. And I had hoped to buy the book comb, most unusual 9, made from a mammoth tusk. But now I don't buy a thing. What if it's a forgery, as Macavity says? How dreadful. I hope not, for your sake. When the man handed me the note, I did not read it immediately. I wish I had. I could have captured that immense scoundrel, Macavity. It's not that easy. The note said one of our ivory items is a fake, as the chief authenticator for Snoopy's. I must say I find that extremely unlikely. What you read about each of our ivories is true. I am sure this note from Macavity is nothing more than a cruel prank. Where is Macavity's note now? The lads from Scotland Yard took it. Okay, so we'll have to go to Scotland Yard. Okay, tiny replica of a sailing ship is only about 4 inches long. Yet it seems perfect. It has sails, rigging, and small cannons that move back and forth. That's cute. A card reads, this ship model was carved sometime between 1803 and 1814 by French and American prisoners of war held in England at that time. It's made entirely of ivory and bone. You know, Stakaze, it seems impossible that anyone could have made anything so small so long ago. But all these pieces are so delicate and beautiful, their creators must have been wonderful artists. But this one. A card reads, this beautiful and rare comb was carved from the ivory tusk of a woolly mammoth. Okay. A card reads, this king is one of many such chess pieces carved by an unknown artist of walrus tusk. The pieces date from the 11th or 12th century AD, when chess began to become popular in Europe. Pieces date from the 11th or 12th century AD. A sign calls this a unicorn horn? Yes. The unicorn horn is white and about 4 feet long. It spirals up to a sharp tip. Unicorn horn. But it's just a carving, right? Around the base, someone has carved figures of dancing unicorns. A fine script says, for my beloved Cheryl, the rarest of the rare, JP. A card reads, a sailor named Josh Payton prepared this unicorn horn for his sweetheart Cheryl during his whaling voyages during the 1870s. I bet that one's real. It's probably of I think a narwhal? But I don't know. Why are they fighting? It sounds like Inspector Gage and Blodgett disagree about something. Show me what you're disagreeing. This Macavity is bent on humiliating Scotland Yard. It's time we put a stop to these sinister antics. That's what we've been saying from book 1. We're making too much fuss over this Macavity chap whose pranks are meddlesome, that's all. It's best to ignore him. I say, are you Macavity? Macavity's note is made up of letters cut of magazines. Okay. One of the ivories is not how it looks. Cavitemptor. Signed King of the Crooks. It's a date ringer for the other notes we've gotten from Macavity. Oh, let's go back to Jake. Maybe Jake has a hint for us. Hey, Starkazi and Jennifer. Have you caught Macavity yet? I forgot to wait for the song to stop. No, not yet. But maybe you can help us figure out what to do next. We think Macavity has somehow placed a fake in an auction of rare ivories. I have pictures of them in our notebook. We have to figure out which one is not what it seems to be. There's a little sailing ship that supposedly was carved by prisoners of war in the early 1800s. It's really cool, Jake. You should see it. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Then there's a king from a chest set supposedly carved from a walrus tusk in the 1200s. It's kind of cool too. His eyes are all white and staring. And there's a comb made from a mammoth's tusk. Hold it right there. Haven't mammoths been extinct for thousands of years? Sounds like that's a fake for sure. Oh yeah? Well, get this. The last one is the horn of a unicorn. Sure looks like one, but that's too much, Starkazi. Everyone knows that unicorns never existed. No, Jake, let's not jump to conclusions. We have to outthink Macavity, remember? Let's decide how to check out all these ivory artifacts. How? Do I go somewhere? Hang on. I guess not. Okay. I guess we'll look at our notes. Mr. Williams is okay. Let's think about this. Okay. So Mr. Williams insists that what we read about the 4 ivories is all true. Okay. Then the Ivory King is supposed to be one of many chess pieces carved by an unknown artist out of walrus tusk in the 11th or 12th century AD. Okay. A sailor named George Peyton supposedly carved this unicorn horn during his whaling voyages in the 1870s. Okay. George Peyton's unicorn horn is carved with dancing unicorns. A fine script says, "For my beloved Cheryl, the rarest of the rare." The replica of the sailing ship is only about 4 inches long. The ivory ship was supposedly carved out of ivory and bone sometime between 1803 and 1814 by French and American prisoners of war held in England. Inspector Blodgett insists. Okay. Wow, we have so little. Am I supposed to solve with this? Alright, how do I solve that? Have we gone back to the garret? If so, let's move on to the British Museum's library. But I went out to the map. But I didn't see the Oh, we have to talk to him, I see. Let's take the chess piece first of all. Didn't we see some cool chess pieces last time we were in the British Museum? Yes, here they are in the guidebook. They're Louis chess pieces. Okay. Great about the unicorn. If it ever existed, I'm sure the mammals exhibit at the Natural History Museum will tell you. The unicorn horn has an inscription too. A bunch of dancing unicorns. Even if it was a horn from a different animal, someone could call it a unicorn horn because it is a horn with unicorns on it. Yeah. The unicorn horn had some writing on it too. George Peyton wrote a sweet poem to his girl, Cheryl. Maybe we can look up their names in the British Museum's library, okay? Yeah, I think the Natural History Museum has a woolly mammoth display too, over by the big dinosaur. Check that out. To find out about that excellent little ship, we could always go ask questions at the Tusk. There are always a bunch of sailors hanging out there. And while you're in the library, look up ivory. Maybe that will lead you to a clue. Those are good leads. Thanks, Jake.
Let's go.
Okay, but whoa, that means there's a lot of places. Yeah. Okay, let's go to somewhere nearby first. Every time I see that dinosaur skeleton stuck as it just boggles my mind. I almost forget what we came here for. To look at the mammoths. Let's see. Cool mammoths. Here's an exhibit on them. The mammoth was a large mammal that once roamed much of the northern hemisphere. Mammoths were much larger than elephants are today. The largest known pair of elephant tusks are the Kilimanjaro tusk, which are 24 feet long and weigh almost 460 pounds. Elephant tusks are small, however, compared to the tusks of mammoth, which commonly weigh 500 pounds. Whoa, that sounds like an incomplete sentence. Is it just me? Okay. Although mammoths are extinct, their tusks can still be found in Siberia and Alaska, and the ivory is still useful. Oh, is it? Oh right, all ivory comes from mammals, Takase. I think we can find some answers in the mammals exhibit. Okay, let's take a look. I see a weird unicorn there. It always amazes me how many different types of mammals there are, including us humans, and check out the exhibit on mythical beasts. Okay, let's go that one. There you go, narwhal. One of the most rare and unusual whales is the narwhal, which lives in the cold waters of the Arctic Ocean. The narwhal is a small whale and has what appears to be a horn rising from its forehead. This horn can grow up to 8 feet in length. Oh, how big was the other one? In reality, however, this is not a horn but a tusk. The narwhal's left canine tooth grows up out of the front of its head. Wow. This has led to the narwhal's nickname, the sea unicorn. Landlubbers often mistake its graceful spiraling tusk for a unicorn's horn, but it grows up to 8 foot, so I can't remember how long was the other one. Look, Sakazei, the museum has a special exhibit of mythical creatures, animals that have never been proven to exist at all. All legends describe the unicorn as a graceful kind of wild horse, but one with a single horn spiraling out of its forehead. Many magical powers are associated with the unicorn. Like dragons, griffins, and the like, the unicorn is a mythical animal, that is, it exists only in tales. No one has found any proof that a unicorn ever existed in real life. Okay. Then we'll go to the museum next, I think. The library. We'll go to Tusk after that. Ooh, he's here. Oh, who's that? I see. That's Philip Mine, sitting over there with the chessboard. He's on Nigel's chess too. Maybe he can tell us about the Louis chess pieces. Let's see, what else are we looking up here? Sakase? Oh yes, Ivory and George Peyton and his girlfriend Cheryl, who lived over 100 years ago. I'm not sure whether you can find it, if they really existed at all. Oh yes, the Louis pieces carved from walrus tusks around 1200 AD or so. They're on display in the museum. It's one of my favorite exhibits. 1200 AD. Okay. Do you want to know more about them? Come with me. Now? Oh. Cecil Grange is the museum's authenticator. He's a good person to ask about the Louis chessmen. Mr. Grange, we have some questions about the Louis chess pieces. Were they carved by someone named Louis? No, they were found on the Isle of Louis, one of the Outer Hebrides, I don't know how to pronounce that, Hebrides Islands in Scotland. Quite remarkable, really. About 70 chess pieces, just sitting in a little stone shelter miles from anywhere.
found. They were found. People think maybe someone salvaged them. Oh, it's Philip. People think maybe someone salvaged them from a shipwreck and stored them there. Or maybe the shelter was used to store things by Norsemen. We may never know. Are they the only ones of their kind to exist? Is it possible that the other chess pieces like them might show up? I think other pieces like them have been found. One was discovered in a river in Hamburg, and others turned up in Scandinavia somewhere. It seems the artist, whoever he or she was, made many such pieces and shipped them all over Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if more pieces like them are found. They're made of walrus ivory, and ivory lasts a long time. I see. How about the thing here?
Maybe if we learn a little more about ivory, we can pick out the fake.
Wow, that's a lot.
Which of these books would most likely have more information about ivory in it?
Well, History Guide to British Birds, Official Book of World Records. I guess not. I guess it would be under ivory, G2I.
Great! The encyclopedia will have the info we need. Under I for ivory.
Since ancient times, humans have made things from the bones of animals they hunted. Ivory, one of the most useful and beautiful types of bone, comes from the teeth of certain animals. Most ivory comes from the tusks of the African elephant. Tusks are teeth so big they stick out of the animal's mouth. Although tusks look like horns, they are actually teeth, unlike horns or antlers. Ivory can be carved into beautiful shapes, and it is very durable. In the 17th and 18th centuries, Europe and America used hundreds of tons of ivory each month to make everything from piano keys to billiard balls. Okay. In the year 1890, almost 700 tons of ivory was sold each month in the International Ivory Centre in London. That is ivory from almost 15,000 elephants killed each month. Whoa. Vast ivory hoards of African kings were shipped off to Europe and Asia. Hunters searched the continent in vain for the elephant's graveyard, a legendary place where all elephants went to die. It supposedly had acres and acres of tusks. When it became clear that the world was running out of ivory, scientists began to look for a man-made substitute. That led to the invention of celluloid, and eventually to the development of plastics. Because of the demand for ivory, the African elephant was almost hunted to extinction by poachers. Poachers are still a big problem, but today many countries concerned about the elephants refuse to allow items made of ivory to be brought across their borders. Okay.
It'll take too much time to look through the old directories by hand. Let's use the electronic database to see if we can find out anything about the sailor and his sweetheart. Yeah, enter in the keywords Josh Payton and see if the computer can find anything. Reds, nothing. But maybe Cheryl married Josh. Enter his last name. Yeah, I'll enter Cheryl Payton and we'll see if we find anything. Nope. The database says there wasn't anyone named Cheryl Payton in England until the 1930s.
Whoa. That's right. That's because Cheryl is a modern name. It's a combination of cherry and beryl. Oh. It was first used when beryl became a popular name in England and America in the 1930s and 1930s. Now I need to use the data machine if you don't mind. Okay, use it. Thank you for the info. Okay, Kati-san.
Let's ask these old sea dogs about the carvings on the unicorn's horn.
Okay. Carving sounds like scrimshaw, laddie. To while away the lonely hours at sea, a sailor would carve fanciful designs into a whale's tooth.
Like as not, he'd whittle a little something for his sweetheart.
The horn you describe sounds like a narwhal's horn. Narwhals are small whales with one long horn growing out their foreheads. The old sea dogs called them the unicorns of the sea. Don't you believe these old sea dog children? Who ever heard of a whale with a horn? He's pulling at your leg with an old sea yarn for sure. But sure, there were plenty of sailors carved in whale ivory in the 1800s. Many of your Yankee sailors learned it from French ivory carvers when they were all in British prison together. Oh. I'm confused now. So sailors learned it from French carvers when they were in British prison in 1800s. The French were captured in the Napoleonic Wars, and many American sailors were our prisoners during Year War of 1812. People would bring them ivory or marble to carve. Been stuck in jail, they had naught else to do. 1812. Is that all? Oh boy. Okay, I think we'll go back to Jake. Okay, so I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Williams may have lied to? I don't think so. Okay, let's check the details, okay? Let's go back here. We're gonna solve. Ready? Pick out the clues that show which ivory piece, if any, is being misrepresented. Okay, first we'll check whether the walrus task is true. The Ivory King is supposed to be made. Oh. No, we'll check whether the narwhal is true. Okay, we'll go back. Down there. Okay, let's see. So, sea unicorn, but we know narwhal has a horn, but then, what was the size of the thing? The ivory shape. Where's the unicorn horn? George Payton's unicorn horn. What was the size for the unicorn horn? It's not there. Okay, let's see. One of the ivories is not how it looks. Cavite enter. Walrus ivory. All the mammoths. Narwhal's horn can grow up to 8 feet long. The narwhal's tusk has given it, but it did not say what's the size. What's the size of it? Oh dear. What's the size of the thing? Okay, let's see. Half this unicorn horn. Cheryl. For my beloved Cheryl, the rarest of the rare. The comb. Is the unicorn horn the fake one? The Ivory King is supposed to be one of many chess pieces carved by an unknown artist. Okay, we'll look at the Ivory King then. The Ivory King is supposed to be made out of walrus tusk in the 11th or 12th century. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the chess pieces. Okay, so Philip Mine says that Louis' chess pieces were carved out. Okay, so chess piece should be fine. Then how about the... Well, the mammals are extinct. Their tusks can still be found in Siberia and Alaska. Oh no, narwhal's horn, sea unicorn, scrimshaw. There is a small whale called a narwhal or sea unicorn. Okay. British captured French sailors in the Napoleonic. Okay, so the ship, was it? The ship was carved in the 1800s. Do we have the ship? Alright, okay, the ship is right. So, ship, okay. The chess piece is okay. And I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? The ship is okay. The chess piece is okay. Comb. What about the comb? I don't get anything about the comb. There's nothing about the comb. It's his job to be sure that all items... Where's the comb? Okay, the comb was supposedly carved from the tusk of a woolly mammoth. And what about the woolly mammoths? Oh, okay. So we'll have to prove that the unicorn is wrong. Alright, we'll prove that the unicorn is wrong. Alright, so the name Cheryl was invented when the name Beryl became popular in the 1920s. Okay, and alright, for my beloved Cheryl. Supposedly during his whaling voyages in the 1870s. And then we'll have, where do we get more of the narwhal? One of the ivories is not how it looks, maybe. And then we can have probably the narwhal. Maybe. Good. Now pick out the ivory that isn't what it seems. If everything in the card says is true, then Mr. Williams is right. Pick him out. Okay. Alright, so the unicorn horn.
You got it!
You got it! The unicorn horn is a fake. Oh, that's too bad. Macavity was probably angry that ivory items were being sold at Snoopy's, since elephants are killed by poachers for their ivory. To embarrass both Snoopy's and Scotland Yard, he tried to slip a clever forgery into the auction, but he or she made one small mistake. The forger took an authentic narwhal's tusk and carved it to look like Scrimshaw from over 100 years ago. The horn was called a unicorn horn, not because it was a horn from a unicorn, but because it was inscribed with pictures of the mythical beast. But something Mr. Sneak said showed us. When Macavity slipped up, he or she put a modern name on the tusk. Macavity apparently didn't know that the name Cheryl wasn't ever used until the name Beryl became popular in the 1920s. A real piece of Scrimshaw from the 1870s couldn't have that name on it. Promising young playwright Jules Harper has signed a contract with the theatre tycoon Mr. Anthony Tooney. The glitzy American promoter wanted to buy Jules' smash new play Castle Perilous. Hang on, what does that have to do with the unicorn horn? For an exclusive run in New York City, Jules said the spectacular deal would never have happened without the I feel like we're getting the wrong thing. Jennifer gets to be in costume, oh dear. Assistants of Sarkazin Gamer and Jennifer Eagle of the American detective agency Eagle Eye. I thought no one knew where I had gone. Oh no, it's the wrong one. It's definitely the wrong one. Okay, never mind. We'll just keep that. Okay, so in the next episode, we'll be covering Case of the Panicky Playwright. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.